Hi guys. Can you guys hear me? Yes, no? We're about to get started here in just about 1 minute. All right, we're going to go ahead and get started. These meetings cut off exactly in 30 minutes, so they move pretty quick. And just know that if we run past 30 minutes, it's going to cut us off, and we'll have to continue this on a personal level. I'm Rachel. I imagine you guys know that already. At this point, you're in this particular meeting because you're at the credit hours, which classify you as the senior level. Congratulations, you've made it a long way and probably suffering from a little bit of senioritis and are really ready to be done. But you're almost there. You can just keep it up. So this is going to be pretty short and quick, and I want to introduce you guys to some resources that you may need as seniors and just make sure that you kind of know where you're going and where you're going to end up. So the first thing we're going to talk about, let me adjust this just a little bit. So being in your, your senior year, you're on upper division classes, and things are either getting more challenging or they're getting less challenging. When I was a senior at Park, I found as much anxiety as I had about my senior level classes, they were actually less difficult than the ones before that because I had a pretty strong foundation and kind of knew a little bit of what was going on. You're working on your upper division courses, and you maybe have an internship or two that's included in your audit, or you're just wanting to do one because, what good is education without experience? And we get experience while we're being educated through internships. So I'm going to introduce you guys a little bit later to the people in our Career Development Center, and they can help you find internships, and then that's something we can also talk about on a more personal one-to-one level, on a phone call later on. Another great way to get the experience that you need in the workforce is by joining groups. So for example, if you're a business major in human resources, there are organizations that you can join, and you can start going to conferences and learning about what people in HR do. And, on a professional level, what does that look like? So there are lots of organizations, and that's something else that you can keep in the back of your mind, and we can talk about, on a one-on-one specifically towards your course, your degree programs and whatnot. So those are a great way to meet people, networking, and experience. Also a great way to find organizations that are within your field is LinkedIn. I don't know, some people like LinkedIn, some people don't. I have an account, I don't really use it. But when you're trying to make connections, it is a great resource, and it will hook you up with all kinds of groups and organizations based on the things that you plug into there. As far as your coursework, again, you're getting to the final stuff, probably your seminar classes, the capstones, and those can be a little bit daunting. So just know that we still have tutoring resources, and if you ever just need to talk anything through, that's what I'm here for. I'm here for really anything that you need, in case you didn't know that. I'm your first point of contact at Park. I'm sure by now, we've talked, and for those who are going to be watching this recording later, I've like to think that I've talked with most of you and that we've had an opportunity to chat. But, if not, always know that I'm here for you to reach out for, and I'll be reaching out to you as well. And when I do, I'm usually have a pretty good reason to call. So it's always nice when you answer your phone. Again, I'm just here to help, and I want to make sure that everything is lined up, especially where you're at in this point. It's really important that, when you apply for graduation, that we stay in contact so I can tell you what the registrar's office says about your application for diploma. We don't want you to get into your last term and then be surprised that you have 3 upper division hours that you still have left to complete, or, an extra elective or something. So even though you're on the final stretch of this, it's still really important that we're talking. So these are the ladies of career development, Leah Fletcher and Megan Rainey, and they are awesome. They are 2 of the nicest women that I've ever met, and they really want to help you find a job that you want to do, or an internship, or whatever you may need. So there are their email addresses, and you can jot those down real quick. Also, this video, it's being recorded, so it'll be sent out afterwards to your email, so you'll also have these resources in there. Speaking of emails, even though you're about done, still remember to be checking your student email. Anything from anybody in the university is going to go to that email. And, you know, I'm sure you know by now, the same speech for everybody, you do have two different emails. You have your Canvas email and you have your student email. So everything coming from anybody in the university is going to go to your student email, because we are guided by federal privacy laws. So make sure that you're checking that on a regular basis, even though you're about to finish up with your degree. So let's see, I have some notes here they gave me. What else? Might also be thinking about grad school. You know, you're almost done, and a lot of people, you know, when they're done, want to go to work, but some other people don't really know for sure what they're wanting to do, and maybe thinking about graduate work. So if that's something you're thinking about, reach out to me and let's have a conversation. Let's see. So as far as the graduation checklist, the registrar's office really likes you to do your application for graduation a year out, but you have to do it the term before you graduate. So, you know, if you're anywhere within a year of graduation, you can go ahead and complete that graduation application. And then that sends your degree audit to the registrar's office, who does an official evaluation of your audit and makes sure that you are on track where you want to be. They relay that information to me, not necessarily you. So that's why it's really important that we stay in contact with each other, because I'm the one who's going to be able to look that up and find that and know that. Now, on that note too, I advise about 800 students. So it's important that you take the initiative to reach out to me, because I have a hard time staying on top of calling everybody. I do try to make a point of calling everybody at least twice a year, you know, once in the fall and once in the spring, to make sure you remember I'm here and that I'm your resource and you don't feel alone out there. It can be really challenging as an online student. I know I am one. To, you know, often you feel like you're alone out there. So you're not. You've got me and a whole university here that wants to see you succeed. So you'll also start getting contacts from the Alumni Association after you graduate. Park's been around for 141 years. We have a huge community of alumni. So, you know, utilize those resources too, and make sure that you are feeling like you're a part of something. You know, that's a really important part of the college experience, no matter where you're at in the process. And then again, you know, if you want to start thinking about graduate school, what different programs we offer, maybe different schools, how do you get your transcripts, all this stuff, just please don't hesitate to reach out to me and let's have a conversation about it. So that is pretty much my spiel. What questions do you guys have? Any? Anybody? Any questions? Anything? No? Tim, you got any questions?
I have, am I on?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm at the, my borrowing limit. I just found out last May. I've got about 7 courses left, and I was just wondering when can I start applying for scholarships? As I've already missed for this next semester, or because I want to go back in January, but I just don't know how yet. Because I'm really close, and last May, advising told me that I was, I guess, at my borrowing limit, and so I've just been going part-time.
Okay. We are really, us here at Park are really invested in making sure that you get to graduation, and things like funding don't necessarily get in the way. So Tim, let's you and I set up a time to chat one-on-one about this, okay? I know you shot me an email earlier, so let's email back and forth and figure out a time. This week's a little bit crazy for me, but maybe next, well, even Friday or Monday, let's chat about this, okay? Because, and I've seen it happen before. Park's not going to let you get almost to the end and then be like, oh, too bad, you don't have any money. We're not even like that. It's that's the cool thing about, you know, being a private, not-for-profit school. We want you to graduate. You're not going to let you get this far. So
Monday would be best if possible.
Monday? Okay, cool. I work 9:30 to 6 on Mondays.
Okay, cool.
So maybe you can just shoot me over an email with what time works for you. I'll match it up with my calendar, and then we can make that happen. And it'll just be a phone call. We won't be on the
Okay, cool.
Zoom like this.
All right.
But we won't let this be an obstacle for you if we can help it, okay?
All right. Thank you so much.
You bet. You bet. Anything else? Is that Artesia on the other? No, maybe. Well, if there aren't any other questions, I guess we'll go ahead and wrap this up. My phone number is 816-584-2144. You're welcome to reach out to me and call me anytime. Hold on just a second. All right. Well, you know how to get a hold of me. I am 100% here for you and always happy to help. So shoot me over an email and I'll shoot you one back. We can chat by phone if you want. As I mentioned, today's kind of crazy. I'm in meetings the rest of the day. But if you want to chat on the phone, Friday will be a great day. If you want to go ahead and email, I'll do my best to respond to that as soon as possible. But I'm going to go ahead and wrap up this meeting now. And thank you for coming. And, we'll be doing this again if you want to show up again. But I'll be talking with you soon, okay? So have a great day.